Welcome to you, our viewers. It is the 300th episode of Erongo Talk, your favorite and trustworthy online news show. We are coming to you all the way from Swakopmund. In today's show, Leonard Martin and 9 other cyclists recently cycled with fat bikes from Lüderitz to Walvis Bay. He lets us in on this unique and very extreme experience. Paul Lombard of Uncharted Travel, who facilitated the excursion, talks about being a successful tour operator. Also, stay tuned for the news, some entertainment vibes, some sports news, your daily weather update and the tides. But first up is our calendar day, and today we celebrate World Mosquito Day. Sit back, relax and enjoy today's edition of Erongo Talk. In today's news, Etosha fishing workers say that the moratorium placed on pilchard fishing is affecting them negatively since they are left without work for days. The workers held a demonstration highlighting their plight on Wednesday. Cabinet set a zero quota for pilchards sardines for a 3-year period as of January 2018 to December 2020. Former Fisheries Minister Bernard Isso placed this restriction to allow for the recovery of these species. Once the pilchard moratorium was announced, the Etosha canning factory became completely dependent on imports, except for a tiny value addition quota of 3,250 tons of horse mackerel. The next minister, Albert Kavanagh, in 2020 instructed scientists to assess the country's pilchard stock to determine whether the species, which is close to extinction, can be harvested. Upon inquiry, current Fisheries Minister Derek Claassen stated that scientific research will start in October. Now, Eric Sitana, Nassau Secretary General, says the Etosha fishing employees are suffering. That's why we are asking government to please send researchers to see if the pilchards are there or not, and if the pilchards are there, to let the workers start working, he said. The Managing Director of Etosha Fishing, Nazette Beekers, received the petition and promised to look into the matters raised by the workers. You can catch more stories and stay ahead of developments in the region by visiting our website at www.erongo.com.na.
Okay, with us here is Leonard Martin. Now, Leonard, you and a team of 9 cyclists just took on a very daring route all the way from Lüderitz up until Walvis Bay. Just please tell us about the idea. Where did the idea come about to go on bicycles from Lüderitz to Walvis Bay?
It all started like 5, 6, 7 years ago when we started introducing fat biking in Namibia with Manny Heymans. He brought the first fat bikes over to Namibia, and then I think myself and Robert Steinmans bought the first 2 bikes from him. Before that, I used to cycle with my normal mountain bike, dunes and stuff like that. And when I saw that, I said, no, this is the thing for us. So Manny was the first one who brought the bikes in, who introduced the bikes to us, and we bought it from him. I think, Robert and Steinmans, we were the first one to bought the fat bikes. And we just started cycling in the dunes and stuff like that. And then about say 5 years ago, but in 5 years ago, I was thinking, man, fat bike. our desert.
Yes.
Yeah, because we have all the cars doing these tours. Why not doing them on fat bike?
Yes.
And I spoke to Manny about it, and then he said, Leonard, this can work. And then I think it was in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Then they attempted the first one. They had the guys from overseas and stuff like that. Some of his colleagues or people that he worked with when he was racing overseas. A guy that also was doing this adventures racing and stuff like that. And they had a tour operator that brought him also through. But I think they went through the hours route and not the one that we did. The one that we did was never ever ridden before, not even with cars.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, they did it, and then I just left it. He asked me to go with it. I couldn't. I had to go to Japan for the karate, so I left it. But it was in my head all the times. And then I approached Len.
Yes.
Man, just make sure if you can get a concession for us to do with the fat biking and stuff like that. And he was trying at that time when he was operating with the Uri tours and stuff like that. And then I just let it ease, and I went on with other adventure things like the 8 Cape Epics, the Mungas and things. And with the COVID hit us, and then my mind started rolling again. I need to get out of this.
Yes.
And I think, what is the best way to, get rid of all this, to go into nature and just re-cleanse yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I couldn't find a person to do the logistics for us, and to take up the challenge, because it's a difficult challenge. Because this person has to carry everything.
Yes.
Our water, our clothing, our food, everything. It's not like when they do a trip with the cars where the car carries their own stuff. Here, physically, you have to carry all the bikers' equipment and all those things. So he had only 4 cars. So yeah. So I approached Paul from Travel Uncharted, and he's like a daredevil, and he said, Leonard, let's go for it. And between him and me, he was trying to get the permits through and stuff like that. A week before departure, we only got our permits.
Shoo.
So we weren't sure, are we going or not? Are we going or not? And we had a group, and the group was quiet. Yes, the day when they approved those permits, then the ball started rolling and stuff like that. Luckily, I had one of my vehicles to go with us for support, driving behind us, where terrain permits.
Yes.
Because there's some places where cars can't drive, but we with the bikes can drive. They're like, especially on the beach, but when it's high tide, cars can't drive there, but we can still maneuver through and stuff like that. And yes, and so it happened.
Please tell us about the route.
The route. Okay, we drove here from Walvis Bay and load all the bikes and everything in cars, and for the 4 vehicles we was down to Lüderitz. We went down Solitaire, Holgeman's,
nice.
Here at the back, lekker scenic route through Namibia, and yes, to Lüderitz. We arrived in Lüderitz the Saturday around about 5:30. We settled in there at the Kratzermeer Plasmeer hotel. And then the Sunday morning at 7 o'clock, we left Lüderitz. Down through the dunes. First stop was Hottentots Bay. But very scenic dunes on the one side.
Yes.
The water on the other side.
Yes.
Mountains in between. Dunes that covers the mountains, animals, oryxes, ostriches, jackals, things, and also shipwrecks along the way and stuff like that. That was amazing. When the first day, I think we did about 85 km to Hottentots Bay, but went fairly well. Everybody was nice and strong and everything. When we got there, the wind was start picking up, but we settled in nice, dry, and then the next day started. Next day was from Hottentots Bay to Devil's Workshop. Now that was hard.
Sure.
No, that was like over the plains, over rugged, over over the dunes, it's like over mountains, and come to the mining towns where they, where the houses are still buried under the sand and stuff like that. And we had to climb the dunes, and it's amazing. We came to a section where the marmar was coming out of the sea. But it is pure nature at its best.
Yes.
You can't ask for something better. When I arrived at our destination there, the next day, day 3, was the hardest day for us.
Mm-hmm.
That is when we hit the big dunes with over 350 meters long drops that we had to get through. And we were on the beach, and with the tide, we got stuck. We couldn't get around Sylvia Hill, and it was like a big mountain with a whole heap of sand over it. That dune was almost 3 times as Dune 7, the height. We had to climb that dune
with the bikes
to get to the top. The cars couldn't get to us. We ran out of water. The people started panicking because we left that morning 7 o'clock. So. And that is not the route for the vehicles anyway. The jeeps are too high. But my jeep, yes, it was amazing that thing made it through there. And eventually they got to us only that afternoon at 3:30 for the first time. No, it is the people with it's a thing like when you don't have any water more and you said I'm gonna die. And that reality sinks in very quickly. Mm-hmm. I just tell people, listen, just stay calm. It's gonna happen. We will be okay. And this is the expedition, so we will be okay. This is eventually then the vehicles got to us. Then from there we got our water, and then we went to another 15 km to our camp in the dunes. That night, the wind started picking up. I promise you, it seems to me that tents and things are flying in the air. That morning, 7 o'clock, we left again from Sylvia Hill to, I think, to Holzenhuizen mine. But that day was the worst of all. We did 114 kilometers on the beach, on the sand, on the rocks, with a headwind, a northwest wind in our faces from the morning till the night we finished. That was the hardest one. Mm-hmm. Then I think we cycled for that day over 11 hours in the sand. Now that almost broke us. But the team that I've selected is all people that been doing dashes that came 2nd, 3rd, 5th. Did Cape Epics and things like that. That is not for your average Joe. Okay, I had to choose people that can cycle, that can take if something goes wrong to help themselves and to be able to figure it out how to go about.
Please tell us who was the team.
The team was myself, and then the first person I've contacted was Robert Schaft, then Leon Smith, then Toby Gerber, our
commissioner.
Involved, is my partner in crime. And then we have Peter Powell from Seaworks, and one of his accountant. His accountant is a semi-professional rider. I think he came 5th with the Desert Dash last year. And then we had 2 people from Puntuk, Frans Anthony Gerber, and then Pierre Knutser. Also 2 very strong cyclists that also top 3 in the Desert Dash, and they did a lot of other cycling. They're professionally cycling as a sport as well. And then we had Leslie Passon from Snaps. He was one of the younger members. Yeah, that was our 10 people. Yeah. So yes, when we got to that mining town, everybody along the route, the last 80 km, it was, for some people it was too heavy. So some people did climb on the car, and there was only 6 of us that finished the last section. But I had a talk with them when we got to one of the whaling stations at Moa Bay.
Yes.
So listen, people, this is not to see if you can conquer this. This is to see if you can finish at the end. Everybody's finished together. So if you don't feel well, don't try to push it and you injure yourself, and then you can't cycle the next day. Just draw the line. You did come so far. there's no shame just to get in the car till the Cape. That's it. So 4 people opted to, because some got knee problems and their bum problems and all those other things, and the strain was hard on everybody. The next morning from there we went through the mining towns. Day 5 through the mining towns to Sandwich our conception bay.
Yes.
That was there was another 102 k's that we did, but also through there was 3 mining towns we went through. We went through the winding dunes and things like that till to Sandwich Harbour. We camped there for the night. Next morning at 9 o'clock we left. We had to wait for the tide to go out so that we can come past that dune. And then we were up the dunes and then through until there by the fence. There we had lunch. The people made us a lunch table there.
Nice.
And then from there we eat home. And we arrived here at the Friday at 1:45.
So it was a 6 days.
6 days.
in total.
Just 6 days, just over 500 kilometers.
True.
Now it was worth it. It was painful, but it's a painful that's going to last a lifetime of memories that nobody will ever take away from you. That you are the first people to do it on fat bikes through the oldest desert in the world, the Namib Desert.
With us here is Paul Lombard from Travel Uncharted. Now, Paul, you just had a couple of crazy bikers that took on all the way from Lüderitz up to Walvis Bay. Just tell us about where did it start, what happened, just tell us about the experience.
Well, it all started with an idea. Leonard Martin from JP Hydraulics, he was the key drive behind this expedition that we took on. He came to me with this idea that he, with his extensive cycling career, wanted to push the boundaries yet again. And Lüderitz Walvis Bay has always been a dream of his, crossing this Namib Desert, very remote, 550 kilometer stretch, enormous sand dunes, tough weather, unpredictable. Leonard got some interesting people together, incredibly skilled, outstanding. The teamwork on a trip like this was so important. It's not just about their physical strength, it was also their mental strength. And what I saw, what I experienced was a learning curve for me too. I'd never done an expedition with guys on fat bikes, not your conventional mountain bike, fat bikes. Slower, top speed, making the distance feel so much further. The resistance on the wheels, the weather. We were very lucky there. We only hit the north winds, that pedal against the wind one day. But it was an outstanding expedition. These guys did so well to finish it, complete all the way, the 550 kilometers.
And how many days?
We tackled it in 6 days, averaging. We didn't make our target every day, but the boys really put their heads down and pushed extra kilometers on the days we had to make up. We did 80 kilometers the first day, and then we pushed up to 100 kilometers on some of the days. So the last day now was 65 kilometers, but luckily with the southwest wind it does assist them a little bit. The longest day we had was 107 kilometers. This we had north wind as well, which was cycling is.
Sure. Now just tell us about the route, Paul.
So the route, when we exit Lüderitz, you have to go, in terms of terrain, it is sand dunes, gravel plains, coast where we can go coast. The vehicles can't always assist with the riders. So there's a lot unsupported. They have a two-way radio with them. We had trackers on them so that we can stay in communication. Being able to supply them with water is crucial. So there are certain points where we had to get down to the riders. The ocean, the waves were enormous. Specific days they actually had to carry their bikes on their shoulders up and over the rocks, had to climb 300-meter high sand dunes to get to the top. We were in the vehicles waiting on the top. When these boys got up there, it was a sign of relief from all of us, them and me. I was so proud of this team that went through this desert.
So it was all along the ocean, basically?
As far as we could along the coast. Again, the support crew, we had to go around the top, but the cyclists as far as they could along the ocean. But with the mountains as they are running directly into the ocean on this route, it wasn't always possible.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Now, Paul, if I'm just thinking about the fact that it's 6 days, so after the cyclists are done cycling, you just set up camp wherever you are, or how does that happen?
That's it. So we had targets to reach, and like I was saying, with the weather, I wasn't always able to reach those targets. So the whole crew, the support crew, actually stayed as close as we could to the riders. And it was also against time, because obviously we don't ride in the dark due to safety reasons.
Yes.
So we set up camp what they could achieve for the day. And again, it hasn't been done before, so it was a learning curve for all of us.
Wow, I can only imagine. My goodness, 10 cyclists. Now, Paul, since this is the first time that you are doing this, do you think this will be an expedition that the company will take on board?
I do think so. In terms of safety, there's a lot of things that will need to change. Again, it was a learning curve. We will do this. It will be a specific tour for extreme riders only. This type of event is not for your weekend warrior. These will be pros that will tackle something like this, and it is a very unique achievement that these guys and anyone that is willing to take on will be able to do.
Yeah, I can imagine. Paul, you must be tired.
I am a little bit tired. But the guys all helped, everybody pitched in, so it's, veel aan 'n maklikste werk.
I swear, it is so. Now, Paul, the scenery must have been amazing, aside from the bikes.
Truly, we had very good weather, apart from the one day of north, but the shadows and the sand dunes, the scenery itself, just from Lüderitz, Walvis Bay, with the various companies that do offer this route, it is something that needs to be on everybody's bucket list. It really is an outstanding trip to do, and it is so close, and most Namibians don't even know what is lying out.
Paul, just finally, you were just part of history. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. I'm so proud of these boys. It was an emotional finish here. Just to watch them coming into town, leaving Lüderitz, seeing Walvis Bay, the tears were flowing. It was an incredible experience.
Awesome. Thank you.
What better way to start the weekend off with some entertainment news? Fascinating pieces of art featuring charcoal techniques from various artists like Les Visser, Christine Lambert, Heidi Lowe and others are currently on display at Fine Art Gallery. According to the gallery owner Martina van Wenzel, charcoal carries with it an almost mystical gravity. She explained that charcoal is not merely an art medium but also plays a pivotal role in the technological development of man. Charcoal is one of the first tools humans used to make artwork appearing in cave paintings. For example, an image of a zebra found in a Namibian cave was dated to be at least 28,000 years old. Most historians agree that these were created using charred sticks from a fire, not intentionally made charcoal. And finally, well-known streaming platform Donolu Africa recently announced that it will start remunerating artists for the streams on the platform. The owner and founder of Donolu Africa, Llewellyn Adams, says that moving to a payment per stream system came about after months of relentless efforts and hard work. With this, Donolu Africa will introduce subscription packages to fans which will enable them to stream over 2,000 songs on the platform. Adam said that the move to partner with Namibian payments processor to offer secure payments via PayPal is to lure a bigger international audience. If you'd like to stay abreast of what's happening in the entertainment industry, visit our website www.erongo.com.na.
Hi there, this is Rian Smith and this is
And Triangle.
And we're here to explain to you how to get the most out of your live performance as a band. First of all, you gotta move. This is the wrong way to be performing a song. The right way to be performing the same song is what helps is the power stance, first of all. And the other thing that helps is moving your body. This has been your public service message today on how to rock and roll.
And now for some sports news. Round 5 of the 9-event Nedbank for Autism Golf Series resumes on Saturday with a game at the Walvis Bay Golf Club. The series, which was put on hold due to national COVID-19 restrictions, aims to raise funds for the Autism Association of Namibia and was launched at the Omoya Golf Club in February this year. Series organizer Dan Zwiebel expressed his excitement at the resumption of the series. He explained that the Walvis Bay round takes place on Saturday and will be followed by a round at the Rosmund Golf Course in Swakopmund on 28 August, and finally the coastal round will end at Henties Bay Golf and Lifestyle Estate on the 4th of September 2021. Visit our website www.erongo.com for more details. In other sports news, 3 road races scheduled to take place in 2021 have been cancelled due to COVID-19 pandemic and associated health regulations, according to race director and regional sports officer Bethel Karamendu. Karamendu said the decision to cancel the races was arrived at after an engagement with stakeholders. He added that various other aspects were also looked at. The 3 races will resume in 2022 and all necessary measures will put in place then. One of the races that was postponed was the 2nd edition of the Spa National Championship in Osakati. Another race that was cancelled off this year is the 7th edition of the Navagap Half Marathon. The final race that has been postponed is the 8th edition of the Erongo Power Save Street Mile that was scheduled for October in Omaruru. In the meantime, Karamendo said that they continue to monitor the pandemic situation so that they can put better plans together as required by the event guidelines. You can catch much more news from all over on our recently launched TV channel 1up2.com or visit our website www.erongo.com.na. We now bring you the expected temperatures for all the major towns in the Erongo region, as well as the tides for today. And with that, we've come to the end of today's show. Join our online family of more than 85,000 followers. Go like our Erongo Facebook page and visit our website www.erongo.com.na for information and news about our mighty region. Send us your news tips, video clips, or if you would like to advertise and reach over 1 million potential customers, contact us via WhatsApp on 0811700040. I repeat that number for you. It's 0811700040. And if you in need of quality company, check out our NMH TV channel, oneup2.com. Remember, it is really in your hands to make a difference in the fight against COVID. Go get vaccinated. Keep on sanitizing those hands. Wear your mask. Practice social distance and stay safe. Wishing you a splendid weekend, and until next time, cheerio.
I think I'm in love with your sister. Her eyes are so beautiful, and every time I leave I miss her. I swear she's irresistible. I think I'm in love with your sister. I think I'm losing control, and every time that I am with her, I wish that she was not your sister. Last time we was at your place, we was playing video games, and when I know that your sister's home, I can't concentrate. When she's in the other room, I could never keep my cool. When she smile at me, I think she likes me too. I said I don't know what to do. When I'm chilling with you, I get heavily distracted when your sister passes through. I think I'm in love with your sister. Her eyes are so beautiful, and every time I leave I miss her. I swear she's irresistible. 1, 2, 3, kick it. I didn't get these thoughts when she's walking in her shorts, trimming bushes in the garden, taking showers after sports. But it's just the way I am. I have tried the best I can, and I still don't get why she don't have a man. I said the way that she walk, and the way that she talk, there's something about her that I just can't ignore. I'm in love with your sister. Her eyes are so beautiful, and every time I leave I miss her. I swear she's irresistible. I think I'm in love with your sister. I think I'm losing control, and every time that I am with her, I wish that she would don't know what to do.